We're coming up on the beginning of the year, so I have my MMO goals here. The goal this year is I want to have a substantial amount of completion in each MMO that I play. We're just going to be focusing on the 4 that I play the most next year. I would love to make some time for other games as well, but at the beginning of the year here, let's just start getting this under control. In Final Fantasy XIV, Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, and New World, I want every class in the game at cap. That means something different in every game. In Final Fantasy, that means that both your professions are at 90 and your characters at 90. I'm already there. As a matter of fact, my story alt may hit it by accident. That wasn't really the goal, but I may have 2 Omni 90s before the end of the year. Guild Wars 2, every character gets to 80, and each character can have up to 2 active professions. But there are not enough active professions to fill up that many characters. So having one of each profession at cap 500 would be great. They level up very, very rapidly, but level up to a much, much larger number. In World of Warcraft, level 70 is the max, and I want to have one of every class at 70 on each of the factions. I believe it's 13 classes off the top of my head, so I think that's 26 total. And then I want 50% of all recipes in the game, which step 1 would be go ahead and hit cap in each of the expansions on each of the professions. New World, you have one character that has basically a whole bunch of trade skills that range from gathering to refining to crafting, as well as each weapon is individually leveled, and I want to just go ahead and cap all of those. Weapons cap at 20, professions cap at 200. That sounds like, well, 20 is way less than 90, but they take a substantial amount of time. But I'm getting there, and step 1 would be get my character to level 60, which should happen this Friday. So I'm very, very close. So I'll go into the year with a level capped character, and then it'll just be work on all of this. If I just do like, I could probably even just like kill or gather the rest. Is that it? That's it. That's it. 60. 60. Oh, thank God. Within the narrative of them, I want to be fully caught up on the story. All I have left to do that I've never done in Final Fantasy XIV is tribal quests, crafting and gathering quests, and most importantly, all of Stormblood MSQ and the post-Stormblood content. So that's the post-Stormblood MSQ, but also Trials, Raids, Alliance Raids, and then all the class quests that came with that expansion. And then I'll have made a full lap, and so it'll be mostly just about filling it out, going back and doing important side quests and things like that, but I will have made a full lap through the main content. Guild Wars 2, I'd like to make a lap. I waited on the Living Season drop, and I haven't tackled those yet, so I'd like to start with Living Season 1 and push through all the main story. World of Warcraft, we were taking Dragonflight very seriously, fully voice acted, and we've gone back and covered a bunch of other stuff too. So I say full, but like I don't know what that means. And then in New World, I do have a story character that I'd like to slowly push through that and see what their version of story is. Achievements, I want to be ranked globally, and so we have a couple of websites that do that. So the first of those websites is Lala Achievements, and if I come over here and I sync my character, the goal is to be top 25,000 globally. And what I think that does, what does that mean? Why does it matter? A, I like chasing leaderboards. But B, I think that it's a good way to push yourself to get into content that maybe you've said you wanted to do, or you've always kind of been interested in, or something like that, and you've just never done it, because that is a whole section of achievements you don't have. And so I'd like to get to the top 25,000 globally. I am in the 46,000, so I was in the top 50 for this year, so let's cut that in half. On the World of Warcraft side, I'd like to get into the top 75,000 in the world, and I think that's not going to be enough. I think I'm going to move it to top 50k and have a general initial impressions of the expansion. not talking about the typical things, not talking about the power progression, not talking about the dungeons, not talking about what I'm expecting from the raids and things like that. So I'm actually kind of avoiding the dungeons. I'm avoiding all these things that I would traditionally gravitate to kind of go get a feel for what the rest of World of Warcraft has to offer. What does it have to offer when you compare it to games that the raids, while they are big content within those communities are big, they're not the be-all, end-all. They're not the start and the stop, the alpha, the omega. I don't know. I think I'm just going to end up blowing through it. Because I was at, like, 130. But I'm now down to 88. So, like, I'm almost at my annual goal going in. And by the time I get all these other characters capped and stuff, that's just going to fly through that. I've been saying 50k on stream. Let's move it. Let's move the goalpost. In Guild Wars, there is a site called Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. It does not track every character, only the characters that want to be tracked. I am higher than 44% of all accounts. When I first uploaded to this site, like a week ago, I was in the top 42%, so I've already moved up 2%, so I'm fairly confident that I can get to the top 50. I think that's very reasonable. But I did have to work very hard for each of those percentages. We did a lot of content to get those done. Sky scale flight. Oh my god. Help your sky scale get accustomed to flying with you. Sky scale flight takes effect immediately upon receipt. Oh my god. Accept. New mount acquired. Thanks to your training, the Skyscale species now has an innate steed rider instinct and a desire to soar to new heights. And the New World does not currently have a leaderboard, but I'd like to just get, I don't know, let's say 1/3 of all achievements done. I don't know. 1/3, 1/2. I don't know that half is reasonable, is the problem. Let's shoot for the stars. And then for gold, I set these really high. So I want to make it to 500 million Final Fantasy, 1,000 gold in Guild Wars, 10 million gold in WoW, and 250,000 gold in New World. Those are ridiculous numbers. Hitting any one of those would be amazing. And then I set some bonus goals.
Whatever mint you got left, because we got this. We got this.
Congratulations.
GG. GG.
Oh, get the fuck out. Oh.
Now go to sleep.
God. Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh, paladin weapon.
Oh my god, dude.
Holy crap. Clear at ultimate. Versus clear all of the mythics on all 8 mythic dungeons on mythic 10 and 1 on mythic 15. Go back and get all Endwalker relics. Go back and clear all mage towers. Get a solo clear on a deep dungeon. Doesn't have to be Palace of the Dead, just deep dungeon. And then New World, I don't really have any goals. Go clear one of everything, I guess. I don't, there just isn't. Yeah, solo clear on deep dungeon. And then these are all bonus. Just something to aim for if I want something to aim for. And then in Guild Wars, I'd like to cap all masteries and get 1 legendary weapon and 1 legendary armor. So. There it is. I need to set my personal goals for the year. As well. And so I've got some like on the professional side on this side of the keyboard. Things that are less game focused, just to kind of keep me heading towards a North Star if I'm ever wanting that extra bit of motivation. So, that's the plan. It's a big plan.